On this Tuesday, which means tomorrow is Wednesday, and we're halfway through the week already. January the 4th, the 5th is tomorrow. Watch this month will go by in another week and a half. That'll be about it. David Oates, still on the loose in Australia. They haven't rounded him up and put him in a camp yet, even though he continues to refuse to have that needle put in his arm. And remember, just as a general urging to all of you, no more needles ever again for anything. Don't trust them unless you absolutely have to. No more elective needles. Forget it. Hello, David.
Hello, Jeff. How are you this evening?
What did you say?
Well. I said, how are you this evening? Okay, nothing. I said absolutely nothing at all. No, I was just going to tell you about the massive surge of COVID cases we're getting here in our country. We're getting numbers that are staggering.
Do you want me to tell you, David, do you want me to tell you what's going on?
Well, the vaccinated are creating...
David, no, it's simpler than that.
Okay. Oh.
There is no test for COVID. There are no tests for COVID. There is no COVID. The PCR test was foisted upon the world for 2 years. It was a complete hoax and a fraud. It was incapable of ascertaining clinical infection in anyone. So finally, the CDC, FDA decided that it was time to stop the overt, grotesque lying, and as of December 31st, the PCR test is no longer acceptable to be used to determine alleged COVID infection. That's gone. What does that leave us with? It leaves us with the do-it-yourself home kit. Costs you around $25. It's the antigen test with the swab up your nose, with the extra strong barbs that'll be sure to scrape up your mucous membranes to allow the introduction of who knows what up your nose and into your bloodstream. Are they slowly vaxing you every time they test you up your nose? Could be. There's no test, David, so they can't say COVID. It's the flu. If people are actually sick, it's the flu, or a mutated version of the flu. Remember 2 winters ago we had in the U.S. alone over 50 million cases of the flu. Last winter we had 2,000 cases of the flu. That's what the government liars told us. From 50 million to 2,000. So I maintain, obviously, the flu didn't go away last year. They simply relabeled it COVID. The flu didn't go away this year. All these COVID cases are the flu. Or they are people who were vaxxed 3, 6, 9 months ago whose immune systems are now failing and they're coming down with all manner of illnesses. That's the future.
Yeah. That's what I reckon. Yep. I'm trying to find the reversal, the test as a weapon, but I have no idea where it is.
That's a good one. Was that Biden?
Well, that's the trouble. I can't remember who said it. either Biden or Fauci, and it was early last year. I mean,
right.
early the year before, 2020. I'm just having a look at my 2020 file.
Jeff, where is it? Tell him. Jeff,
I don't know whether he's been listening.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
I'll have to, I'm opening my 2020 file, so I'll see if I can find it. It was it was early 2020, and I can't remember who said it. The test is a weapon. I commented on it in my book, The Big Con. Now, look, I'll try and look for it during the break. I'll waste too much time if I try to find it. So,
right.
Yeah, it's just always ironic. I find it very ironic that the more people are getting vaxxed, the more cases of alleged COVID are appearing. So it's really quite crazy to me from an outsider looking in.
Right.
I saw an interesting post on one of the social media channels I visit. I said, if I took 3 vaccines for malaria in 1 year and ended up getting malaria, I would ask some serious questions. So I thought that was interesting too.
You think? Yeah.
Wow. So I've been basically on vacation the last 2 weeks, which I'm really enjoying, but I'm not on vacation. I've been uploading all my research to YouTube, and I've still got a long way to go. Making a video, getting it all uploaded.
Are you sure YouTube is the place? I guess they've never really bothered you so far.
It's going everywhere. Some of my people are uploading it to Rumble and Telegram and I don't know, all these other places. So,
very good.
Very good. Yeah, they're going everywhere. So I've just been updating my examples, and I did a whole bunch of new reversals on Prince Andrew, which I thought we should have a look at, because he's in the news now, as we all know. His attorneys are trying desperately to have this case not go to court. They tried the jurisdiction avenue first, and that failed. Now they're trying the settlement agreement. So I don't know how they'll go with that. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But Prince Andrew's been a naughty boy. And I've only played these reversals on your show a couple of years ago, so I thought we should revisit them if that's okay.
Oh, I remember. They were very interesting, to put it mildly. Yes.
Yeah, well, I found a few more, too, because I redid the tapes this week.
Very good.
Now let's look at Prince Andrew. This is his famous BBC interview, and 45-minute interview where he talked about the sexual allegations by Virginia Dufresne. And here we go. For reversal number 1.
During these times that he was a guest at Windsor Castle at Sandringham, the shooting weekend, we now know that he was and had been procuring young girls for sex trafficking.
We now know that.
Okay, when he says we now know.
At the time, there was no indication to me or anybody else that was what he was doing.
Okay, so at the time there was no indication to me that's what he was doing. But backwards he says, then I knew.
Then I knew.
You don't even need to explain that one. That's straightforward.
Nope. Yeah.
Straightforward. And then he's talking about the photo.
In the photo?
I've seen the photograph.
How do you explain that?
I can't.
When he says I can't, he says I cover this up.
I
mean, that's as clear as day, isn't it? So,
play it again. It's so clear. It's stunning. Please, just so people can hear how clear it is.
Yeah, so here's the forwards.
In the photo?
I've seen the photograph.
How do you explain that?
I can't.
I cover this up.
I cover this up.
I'm hearing more and more reports back that this Andrew video is starting to do the rounds. So I'm really pleased. I hope it goes viral.
Good job. Yeah.
Everyone out there listening to this, go to my YouTube channel and get the Prince Andrew video and share it everywhere. Okay, so here's the next one, talking about this young girl, Virginia Dufresne, now in her late 30s, of course, but 17 at the time.
Right.
I don't remember that photograph ever being taken.
But it's possible that it was you with your arm around
That's
her
me, but whether that's my hand or whether that's the position, I have simply no recollection.
And he says, and she's a good mutt, M-U-T-T, but you could translate that to the F word, I think. So, here we go. Just total degradation, okay?
Well, or slut. That would work.
Oh, yeah. Could be that, yeah. And then we have this reversal, which I've played on your show a few times, but we'll play it again. This is one I play often.
Nobody can prove whether or not that photograph has been doctored, but I don't recollect that photograph ever being taken.
And backwards, Jeff had to get murdered.
Jeff admitted murder. Jeff admitted murder. Jeff admitted murder.
See, to me, that is a straightforward confession to a hit. And I'm just going to jump ahead a few reversals, because I think, where is it? Here we go. I'm jumping ahead a few reversals, and I think we've got a reversal that talks about where the funds came from.
What was your response on hearing that he'd died?
Shock.
Some people think that he didn't take his own life.
Well, there again, I'm not one to be able to answer that question.
Oh, look, the reversal, I wish you could see the video on this. Reversal occurs right as these laughs, this maniacal laugh. And backwards he said, Bristol, which is a big financial district in England, Bristol paid the snot.
Bristol paid the snot. Bristol paid the snot. Bristol paid the snot.
I think the snot was the assassin. I think some investigative reporters need to get on this and look at a secret account or a trust fund in Bristol somewhere. All right, then we have this one here.
That you don't recall meeting Virginia Roberts, dining with her, dancing with her at Tramp, or going on to have sex with her in a bedroom in a house in Belgravia.
I can absolutely categorically tell you it never happened.
And here he says, you lusty fraud, you're blanked.
You lässt mich gesprochen. You lässt mich gesprochen. You lässt mich gesprochen.
You got that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so straightforward confession. Yes, I did it, and I'm in deep trouble. Okay, he's panicked. He's panicked. You can see it in his face. And then he goes, here. Okay, now we've got new ones. You haven't heard these ones before. I hadn't finished the tape. I don't know why I hadn't, but anyway. So I went and finished it this week.
That we never had any sort of sexual contact whatever.
She spoke about you outside the court in August of this year. Mm-hmm. She said, I quote, he knows exactly what he's done, and I hope he comes clean about it.
And the answer is nothing.
And when he says the answer is nothing, he says backwards, your fun, serious lie.
Your fun, serious lie. Your fun, serious lie. Your fun, serious lie.
So it's a serious lie. Okay,
so his subconscious is saying, your fun, serious lie. In other words, his subconscious is, I don't know how to phrase it.
No, his subconscious is saying he had fun with this lady, Virginia.
Yeah.
And when he said nothing, it's a serious lie. He remembers back. He's thinking, I had fun, but I'm denying it. So I'm telling you serious.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Of course.
Yeah. All right.
Well, maybe he'll move to Adelaide and hide out. You can help him down there somewhere.
Oh, sure. I can put him through session work. Sure. Absolutely. Right. Change his whole demeanor.
I'll give him a good defense in court,
Sure. Absolutely. Anyway, next reversal.
And that was the last time?
Yeah.
Did you discuss Epstein at all then?
No, actually, funnily enough, no, not at all. There wasn't anything to discuss about him because he wasn't in the news. It wasn't, it was just.
Yeah, he says meet up sex.
Meet up sex. Meet up sex. Meet up sex.
Yeah, he just got together with
let me hear that. I'm sorry. May I hear that again? I want to hear the meet up sex.
It was just.
Okay.
Meet up sex. Meet up sex. Meet up sex.
So, admit's a little bit imprecise. I do agree. I could also hear it as made up, but
that's what I was going to suggest.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. I remember when I found it, I flipped between two. Look, sometimes it can be so difficult getting those words precisely spot on.
It's close enough. It's close enough.
You know, and
we'll let that go. I agree.
Okay, here we've got an interesting one. Okay, Epstein's gone now, right? So where's the prince meeting up for sex now? Okay, this reversal answers this question.
There is a whole range of things that you face now that you didn't face 25 years ago because it was just the print media.
And he says, for sex, you visit Greg. So he's got another person now by the name of Greg. So once again, a good investigative journalist needs to get onto that and start to research it because that's the name. Okay? So, interesting reversals. And then we've got this one here.
There is a thick skin that you have to have. And again, I'm not a confrontationalist myself. I would prefer to be able to, as it were, resolve things in a way that is sensible.
And he says, all this mess, see the deal with it.
All this mess is with the old winner. All this mess is with the old winner. All this mess is with the old winner.
I don't know what deal he's talking about. No, yeah, I don't know.
There's a deal. Maybe a deal has been made somehow. He's going to be backed up by somebody if necessary. A deal. Interesting.
Yep. Yeah. He's covering himself somehow. We'll find out if it ever gets to court. I mean, I don't know whether it's ever going to get to court.
Nah. Nah. Only if the Royals want it to.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's look at a couple on Alan Dershowitz talking about how he only got a massage, but he left his underwear on.
I kept my underwear on. I did. Or was it his socks? I can't remember.
He said it. The picture of Alan Dershowitz in his underwear is something I just really want to get out of my mind. So anyway, here's the forward.
Can't unsee that one. No.
Sorry?
You can't unsee something like that.
No, you can't, can you? Here he is talking about that.
And I have it on tape. All I did was repeat, basically on tape, what he had told me.
Well, that's devastating
if you have
wrong,
simply wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not the section. There's I'll give a small bullshit.
I don't
know where you can hear that because her voice is over the top of it. Let me start that one again. There's two voices speaking at once. You know, that's a bit hard to hear. I agree. Let's try this one then. Here we go.
All of us ended any kind of a social relationship. I then became his lawyer. I'm proud of the fact that I represented him.
Get half of the rap.
That's half of the rap. That's half of the rap.
In other words, he's partially responsible for everything that happened, okay? He protected and defended a pedophile. I think that's probably his conscience talking to him, I would imagine. Here's one of his victims talking.
I left Zorro Ranch with a deep sense of shame.
This is one of Epstein's victims, sorry.
Not just the shame of him having sexually abused me, but the shame of knowing that I had somehow been duped.
And she says, trust in that information.
Trust in that information. Trust in that information. Trust in that information.
So that someone is telling the truth. And you can see the difference in the reversals. You know, when they're telling the truth, the reversal will support it. And, you know, as this one did. Yeah, that'll do. I got a few more, but go to our YouTube channel, folks, and have a look at all of these. Share this video around. I think this one should. Of all the videos I got up there, this is one I really hope goes viral at some stage. We'll see. Okay. So that's the current latest reversals I found on.
What is it? What is his current status? Has he been booted out of the royal family? Didn't he?
Not yet. He's been removed. Well, it depends. He's been removed from public duty, so he's no longer doing any public
That's what
duty.
it was. I knew it's. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's talk about stripping his title, the Duke of York, but I suspect they'll wait and see what happens with this lawsuit before they make a decision like that. But if this lawsuit does get through, which I hope doubt it will, but anyway, I hope I'm wrong. If it does get through, then it's curtains for Prince Andrew. It literally is. Yeah. Okay. Yes, indeed. Lusty fraud, as he calls himself. Isn't it appropriate? You lusty fraud, Randy Andy. Sort of fits, doesn't it?
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, now you may remember, about 3 years ago, I covered Jim Jones in the Jonestown massacre.
That was one of the creepiest demonstrations of your genius work I've ever heard.
Yeah.
David got the actual recording made at Jonestown while all of the victims were drinking their poison. And Jones was talking to them nonstop, and they were literally dropping dead all around by the hundreds. And that was eerie. All right, we're going to hear some of that, I guess, in just a minute with David Oates. So hang on. We're going to hear Jim Jones again, David?
Yes, we are, with new reversals. I went back this week and got some of him preaching before he went to Guyana.
Wow. Okay.
Look at those. Yep.
Very good. Thank you. Hold on a minute. We'll be right back with David Oates. Okay, welcome back. Talking with David Oates, who is sitting down there comfortably in his lovely home in Adelaide, Australia. Before we jump into Jim Jones, speaking of tyrants and tyranny, how are things going down there now? Better, worse, the same? Have the people just completely rolled over and said, we're done? What's going on?
No, it's getting worse. They're reintroducing, reducing restrictions. No, we're just with the COVID cases are spiking.
There are no COVID cases, as I said, but I'm not forcing my view on you or anyone else. It's the flu.
The numbers are spiking. Numbers are spiking, and
the numbers of sick people are spiking. You bet. You get the flu, you go to a hospital, David, they're going to welcome you, and they're going to say you have COVID, and they'll put you in there, and they will start milking you for money and giving you remdesivir or whatever the hell they use down there. And people are going to die again, as usual. This is very sad. Very sad. Yep. But that's the game.
Yeah, well, I've decided that if, knock on wood, whatever it's going around, if I get it, I ain't telling no one. I'm just staying home. I ain't going to go for a
you'll be fine. You'll be fine. That's the way to do it. Now, we think there's a mutated flu, or maybe a dual infection, a flu virus got changed while it worked its way through somebody who has been vaxxed and came out as a chimera, a mutated variation of a flu, which may have picked up some of the components of the actual so-called vax. We don't know. But it's the flu. It's primarily the flu. That's what it was last year. Primarily the flu. Anyway, Onward.
Right. Okay. So, Jim Jones, for those of you who don't know, if you were not born at that time, on the 18th of November, 1978, the Reverend Jim Jones in his compound down in Guyana led his flock of 918 people to drink Kool-Aid laced with cyanide, and they all died. It was huge news at the time, all over the world. So I covered the death tape, as Jeff said, on the show, 3 or 4 years, about 3 years ago now.
Was that creepy? Oh, man.
Yeah. Well, we're going to look at that again, but we're going to look at, I just uploaded all this to YouTube, so I went in and got some of his sermons before they went to Guyana. So we're going to look at some of his sermons before they went down there, okay? So here we have reversal number 1.
For what he had, and he didn't want to give it.
Yes,
and
he did.
That person shot him to death.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I'm saying this to give you faith, so that you can mount up.
This is him doing a healing. Bring bigger sin. Yeah, just nice and clear. Speaks for itself. He certainly did bring a bigger sin. Here we have the next one.
To come to us by their so-called pity from some judgment hall. But I'm here as a sample and example to show you that.
Here he says, you will have evil pastor.
Got to trim that last word off, whatever it is. There's something after pastor.
Yeah, I did hear that. I'll go and fix that off. Yeah, didn't dump it properly. Okay, here's the next one.
That has been pawned off on us too long. Now we're looking to the key that is within every heart and breast. And I, God that came from the earth of earth, and the dust of this.
And he says, I fake God in our family. Oh, the God. Sorry, I'll fake the God in our family.
You know,
could be beat the God in our family.
He said I'd like to hear that again, but he said the God is plural. It's there's an S on it. Gods.
Yeah, it could be. Let me listen again. Oh, it is plural. Wow. Interesting. I never heard that S before. Yep. Okay. All right. Let's just look. I'm not going to play all of these. We're going to run out of time. Let's just pick up some of the main ones.
You saw the woman today that did not give the message that I told her, but she said, I will be with you because I gave her a message that saved her child's life.
And he says, you said a big con? And then I found just an amazing reversal. It's what we call a premonition. I played these on your show before. The probably the most famous one is on JFK on his inauguration speech. Head is hit in the car. Okay, this reversal's on that same light. So here we go.
Men have so dastardly distorted what my spirit is that it is necessary for me to come upon the scene, and I have. I shall show you from time to time proofs of that.
I mean, the ego of this guy, just his forward speech. Okay, now remember these just happened in Guyana. So the reversal says Guyana is more blank, the four-letter word, your curse descended. Guyana is more blank, your curse descended. I'm sorry, evil curse descended. Gee, what am I doing? Here we go. And again.
Would
so
you try give me? I'm sorry, David. Go ahead. Sorry.
Drop it apart again. Guyana.
Yes.
That's the name where it happened. Yeah, Guyana is more F. Then the next sentence, evil curse descended. Here we go. So, no, let's go back a bit. Here we go. You hear that?
Okay, I got the first part perfectly. The second part is evil curse descended on you. Is that what it was?
Evil curse descended. End. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's what we call a premonition. He's looking ahead. Okay?
Sure.
And he's seeing what is to come. I'm skipping some here. Let's just play 2 more, then we'll go to the death tape.
That we are evolving in has the faculty that I do. When they do, I'll be glad to hold their coat. In the meantime, I shall be God, and beside me there shall be no other.
And here he says, I shout my demon.
I shout my demon. I shout my demon. I shout my demon.
I shout
my demon.
I don't hear it. I hear I shalt not even.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Jeff approved this one. All right, let's do it again.
I shall not even.
Oh.
I shall not even.
That's clearly not. That's clearly not. Go ahead. Sorry.
I shall not even. I shall not even.
Oh, I don't know. All right, now I'm hearing it 3 or 4 different ways. All right,
can you not hear the N-O-T? It's not.
Yeah, I could hear
I
that.
Shalt not. I shalt not something.
I just heard it 3 or 4 different ways, so that means you throw it out.
I shalt not. Well, no, wait. What's the 4th word? I shall. If he says I shalt not, then what's he shalt notting? Let's see if we can pick that up on that 4th word. Maybe
I thought it was heathen. I actually heard it as heathen.
I shall not even. I shall not even. I shall not even.
Look,
I hear, believe it or not, I can hear E-A-T-E-T-H. I shalt not eateth.
I shall not even.
Yeah, look, Jeff, when I hear reversals 2 or 3 different ways, I throw them out. Okay, I can hear that 2 or 3 different ways. So,
sure. Well, at least I hear I shalt not with no clarity problems at all.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, I do. I agree with that. All right, we'll play the last one. I think this one's pretty clear. I don't think there's any doubt over this one.
Believing that you must build a society, that you're going to have to eliminate poverty, racism, injustice, and war, that you're going to have to stand up and protest loud and clear against all the inequities of life, that you are going to have to make your own Declaration of Independence, and I will not follow you.
Here he says, war with heathen and I'll ruin you.
War with heathen and I'll ruin you. War with heathen and I'll ruin you. War with heathen and I'll ruin you.
That one's clear. Yeah, sure you
That's
have
all
no
there.
Issues.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was about to say, if you've got issues with that one, Jeff, I'll be really worried. That one's clear.
No, it's all there. That's fine. I'm amazed at how, I'm speaking to the wonderful audience out there, I'm amazed at how David is able to pull these out of substandard audio. I mean, that's not like going over a Joe Biden speech or something.
Yes.
These are really kind of scratchy and they're varied. But that's all there. Every syllable was there, no question, no doubt.
All right, so this is the death tape now. Well, how long have we got? I want to get to the last one. That's the creepiest one.
12 minutes.
Okay.
12 minutes.
12 minutes. Okay, we'll get through it quick. We'll pick the main ones only. Okay, the whole tape's down on YouTube. This is the tape that ran while Jim Jones was imploring his people to drink the Kool-Aid. And that's where the saying comes from, pass the Kool-Aid. For those of you who never knew where it came from the Jonestown massacre.
Yeah.
So, hang on, what's this? Hang on. Okay. Oh, I see. Yes, of course, it's audio only. Right, no video. That's, okay. So here's I should actually go to my phone.
He's responsible for it. He brought these people to us. He and Deanna Myrtle. But people in San Francisco will not be idle over this. and not take our death in vain, you know.
This wrath will beat them, or wrath, I think he says.
Oh, it's just an afternoon system.
Yeah, wrath.
Oh, it's just an afternoon system. Oh, it's just an afternoon system.
Wrath, this anger, is how I would interpret that.
Now these people are lining. I'm sorry, we got a delay here. These people are lining up and drinking their death right now. Right, what you're hearing.
That's right.
They're falling over dead.
And they're falling over dead. Here, well, like this one. Here we go. Here's Jim Jones.
I practically died every day to give you peace, and you still not had any peace. You look better than I've seen you in a long while, but it's still not the kind of peace that I wanted to give you.
He says, make you dead, but I'd never suffer.
If you did, but I'd never suffer. If you did, but I'd never suffer. If you did, but I'd never suffer.
Yeah, he didn't suffer either. He shot himself in the head. So he never went out with the cyanide. He did it the easy way out.
I mean, hundreds of people are dying right around this guy, and listen to his voice. Talk about a mind control.
And then he reassures them. Then he reassures them they're going to go to heaven. Listen to this.
I'm the best friend you'll ever have.
And he says, we have heaven.
We have heaven. We have heaven. We have heaven.
Yeah, so don't worry, folks. You're going to go to heaven. And then he chants this backwards. Here we go. Here's the forwards. Oh, sorry. Here's the forwards.
Everybody hold it.
Stay peace.
And he says, death. But what is it? Hang on. Death, you death, gets ass.
Yes.
You can hear that, can't you? He's just spurring them on.
Yeah.
Spurring them on, and then he says backwards, I see heaven.
Take Dwyer on down to the east house.
Everybody be quiet, please.
And he says, I see heaven.
5 feet of them. 5 feet of them. 5 feet of them.
Yeah, there you go. And, look, we'll go straight to the coup de grace. This is a creepy one. This is freaking people out on YouTube, this one. Okay, this is right at the end of the tape. Okay, just hang on 1 sec. I've just had a friend pull up. I'm just going to let him in the house. Oh, he hasn't seen me yet. Hang on. He's still in his car. All right.
You have a friend, David? You have a friend?
Yes, I do. I actually do. Can you believe that? Okay, so this is right at the end of the tape. Okay. And everyone's dead, including Jim Jones, and there's this eerie silence. And right in the background, you have to listen carefully, you'll hear this faint voice, and it's gibberish. And it's gibberish because it's backwards, okay? It's not forwards, it's backwards. So listen to this. You hear that faint voice going backwards?
I sure do.
And when you play it backwards, it sounds forwards. And he says, here's the door, and Mr. Jim Jones, welcome. Hear that? Isn't that freaky or what? Actually says him by name, Jim Jones. He says Mr. and not Reverend. And I think we're hearing the Grim Reaper welcoming him into the gates of hell. Let's do it again. Here's the door, and Mr. Jim Jones, welcome. You got that? Just hang on 1 second, Jeff. I've got to let my friend in. I'll see if the door's unlocked. Sure. 1 second. Yeah.
That is very creepy. Yeah. What do you make of that, David? That's a disembodied voice?
I think it is. It has to be. Well, it's a genuine EVP, electronic voice phenomenon. It's the disembodied voice. I believe we're actually listening to an angel of death welcoming him to the gates of hell.
Doorkeeper on the other side. A doorkeeper on the other side.
A doorkeeper. Yeah. A doorkeeper on the other side. Yeah. And,
now, are we sure that that's not, let's just, for fun, are we sure that that's not a CIA operative walking through the dead people saying something, but he's saying it backwards, so it can't be.
No, I have to say, not when he's saying it backwards. Let's listen to it forwards again, okay? There's no alteration on the tape. The tape hasn't been doctored as far as I can tell. It's just, let's run it again forwards. That's no one walking. That's no one talking forwards, mate. You can go to the original tape on YouTube. Just search the Jim Jones death tape. Listen to it itself. You know, I haven't altered the tape. This is exactly how I downloaded it. And let's play it one more time for those who aren't completely creeped out.
All right, tell us what it says again. One more time. Just give it.
Here's the door, and Mr. Jim Jones, welcome. The fact that he uses his name in full, there's no way this can be a random sound or a coincidence. This is an angel of death inviting him to the other side.
Come on down.
Yeah, that's right. Here it is again. Ooh, that still creeps me out. That would be one of the creepiest examples I've ever found in my 40-year career. There you go. And it's not even a reversal. It's an EVP. So, freaky.
Now, an EVP for our listeners is, for example, if you take a recorder, a voice recorder, turn it on, leave it in a room or a cemetery, leave it run for an hour, come back and pick it up, and then listen, you will often get disembodied voices. I've done too many programs with this. They're there. Yeah. They're spiritual voices, as it may be. Spiritual, or in this case, a doorkeeper from down below. I don't know. But, wow.
Yeah, I know. Freaky example. Anyway, that's up on, like I said, go and get the death tape and to listen to it for yourself. When I'm back next week, Jeff, I will have a whole bunch of current political reversals for you. I have been a bit slack on that this week, but I've been busy doing other stuff. So, okay, let's finish off. Let's finish off. We've got a couple minutes left. These are a couple of the Jim Jones cult members.
I don't see nothing for us to be crying about. We should be happy. At least I am. Let's finish one more thing.
My heart's in there. There, he helps you.
My heart's in there. He bless you. My heart's in there. He bless you.
There you go.
My heart's in there. He bless you.
So he helped you there. Yeah, so we have a true believer. Okay. And then we have this one from another member.
They're gonna just let them grow up and be dummies like they want them to be, and not grow up to be a socialist like the one and only Jim Jones.
From your cult, see mud in that. I guess cult's a little bit unclear, isn't it? Yeah, cult's there. Anyway. There you go. All right, Jeff. Thanks, mate. Be back next week.
Yeah. All right. Well, enjoy your time today and enjoy your friend, and thank you for everything. We will talk to you next week. Thank you, David.
See you later, mate. Bye.
All righty. All right, the remarkable Jim Jones tape. I didn't expect to hear all that tonight. Pretty damn creepy. EVP is another area that I haven't been able to do any. If any of you out there are doing any EVP and would like to come on, let me know. That's an absolutely fascinating field as well. I've got a lot of them in the archives, but I haven't done one in years. Electronic Voice Phenomena, EVP. Okay, that's Tuesday in the books. Back with you tomorrow night in 21 hours. Take care, and you still have some time to prepare. Talk soon.